Welcome, everyone, to Shop Strategy. This is our deep dive where we really get into the nitty-gritty of e-commerce growth. And just so you know, this deep dive is powered by Growth Suite. It's a really smart Shopify app that helps you run effective discount campaigns to, well, boost your conversion rates and sales. You can even test it out for free on your own Shopify store, which is pretty cool. Okay, so let's jump in. Being a Shopify merchant today, it's not just about your own website anymore, is it? You're probably juggling that along with Amazon, maybe eBay, Etsy, Walmart. It can feel like trying to lead an orchestra blindfolded sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. It's a totally different landscape now. And what's really interesting, maybe even counterintuitive, is that your biggest growth opportunities aren't always on your highest volume channel. Sometimes the real gold is hidden in those niche marketplaces or in these complex customer journeys that cross different platforms. You'd completely miss that without looking at the whole picture. E-commerce success today, it's not about just one platform. It's about having a strategy that connects everything.
Exactly. So that's our mission for this deep dive. We want to pull out the really crucial bits, how the successful Shopify sellers track, analyze, and actually use data from all these channels. We'll talk about the metrics that genuinely matter, how you can set up integrated analytics without, losing your mind, and specific techniques the top folks use for data-driven decisions. Let's get into it. So the idea of just having a Shopify store that feels almost quaint now for a lot of businesses, right? How common is this multi-channel thing, really?
Yeah, the data backs that up completely. Our sources show over 45% of Shopify merchants are selling on at least one other marketplace. And get this, almost a quarter are active on 4 or more channels.
Wow, 4 or more.
Yeah, and it's not just about, keeping busy. It's smart strategy. You reduce your reliance on any single platform, which is huge. You reach way more customers. And importantly, it cushions you against sudden shocks like algorithm changes. Think about Amazon constantly tweaking its search rankings.
Right, that can change overnight.
Exactly. If you're spread out, you're just in a much better position to handle those kinds of shifts.
That makes a lot of sense. But spreading out like that, it creates this problem, doesn't it? This data island issue.
That's a perfect term for it. Each marketplace is its own little world. Different dashboards, different ways of measuring things, totally separate reports.
Like different languages almost.
Precisely. Amazon cares about, say, buy a box win rates, how often you're the default seller. Shopify is all about conversion rates on your site. eBay focuses on sell-through percentages, how much listed stuff actually sells. They're not just different words, they're measuring fundamentally different aspects of the business. It makes getting a clear overall picture really tough.
Yeah, I can see that.
And the result? So many merchants spend hours, literally hours every week, wrestling with spreadsheets, manually pulling data.
Trying to make it all line up.
Yeah, and by the time they get some kind of insight, it might be too late to actually do anything meaningful about it.
Okay, let's make that concrete. Say you see sales dropping on Amazon, but they seem to be going up on your Shopify store for the exact same product. Without that integrated view, what are you missing?
That's where the light bulb goes on with integrated data. You might completely miss the fact that customers are finding you on Amazon, maybe reading reviews there.
Doing their research.
Exactly. But then they're clicking over to your Shopify store to actually buy, maybe to use a discount code or avoid marketplace fees, or just because they prefer buying direct. That's super valuable info. But it's lost if your data lives in separate silos. Unified tracking is not just a convenience, it fundamentally changes how you understand what's driving your business.
So it gives you that holistic view.
Totally. You might see, for instance, your Shopify sales booming. Great, right? But integrated data might show that growth is actually just stealing sales from your Amazon channel, not growing your overall pie.
Oh, interesting. Cannibalization?
Exactly. Or maybe overall sales look good, but your blended profit margin across all channels is tanking because of rising fees or ad costs on one platform. And figuring out your true customer acquisition cost, your CAC. Forget about it without cross-channel visibility. Someone sees your ad on Instagram, checks reviews on Amazon, then buys on Shopify. Which channel gets the credit? How much did that customer really cost to acquire? You just don't know.
Okay, so getting all this data together is powerful. How does it translate into making, smarter day-to-day or strategic decisions?
Well, it basically turns guesswork into something much more scientific. Take inventory allocation. Knowing where demand is strongest and velocity is highest lets you allocate stock much more effectively, especially for peak seasons. That directly impacts your bottom line.
Less stockouts, less overstock.
Right, and marketing budgets, they become precision instruments. You can compare your ROAS, your return on ad spend across Google, Amazon ads, Facebook, and see how they influence each other. Maybe Amazon ads drive Shopify sales. You can only know that with integrated data.
So you put your money where it actually works best, across the board.
Precisely. Even pricing becomes clearer. You might find customers on eBay are way more price sensitive than on your Shopify store. That lets you tailor pricing to channel to maximize profit while staying competitive.
And in e-commerce, speed is everything, right? How does this integrated view give merchants an edge there?
Oh, it's like an early warning system. You spot a sudden dip in your Amazon conversion rate. Integrated analytics might quickly show you a new competitor just slashed prices. You can react fast before it really hurts.
Instead of finding out weeks later.
Exactly. Or when a marketplace changes its algorithm, maybe Amazon starts prioritizing listings with more reviews. You see the impact almost immediately across your affected products and channels. You can then focus your efforts, like driving reviews, specifically where needed. It also helps you optimize where you spend your time and resources. Maybe your handcrafted items fly off the shelves on Etsy, but barely move on Walmart Marketplace. The data tells you, double down on Etsy, maybe pull back from Walmart for those products.
Okay, the why is crystal clear now. Let's get down to the what. What are the absolute essential metrics merchants need to be tracking across these channels?
Right, let's break it down. I'd group them into 3 main buckets. First, the basics. Sales and revenue metrics. You absolutely need to track gross sales by marketplace. See the trends. Is Amazon growing? Is eBay flat? Look at sales velocity too. How fast are things selling on platform A versus platform B?
The speed matters.
It does. Then, average order value AOV across channels. Maybe your Shopify AOV is $75, but Amazon's is $42. Why? Different bundles, different customer intent. It tells a story. And crucially, net profit margin by channel. This is key. You have to factor in all the different fees: Amazon's referral fees, FBA costs, eBay's insertion fees, final value fees, plus return rates and shipping costs.
Because a sale isn't just a sale, the profit can vary wildly.
Hugely. An Amazon return, for example, can easily cost you 2 or 3 times what a Shopify return costs because there are processes and fees.
Wow. Okay, so that covers the money side. What about understanding the actual customers and how they behave?
Good transition. That's the second bucket. Customer behavior metrics. Conversion rate by marketplace is fundamental. Amazon might convert visitors at, say, 15%, while your direct Shopify store is maybe 3%. That reflects different buying intents and environments.
Huge difference.
Yeah. Then, customer acquisition cost, or CAC, by channel. How much does it cost you to get a new customer via Amazon ads versus organic traffic to your Shopify site? Tracking this helps you understand where your marketing pounds are most effective long-term. And don't forget, returning customer rate. This tells you about loyalty. Do people come back to your Shopify brand, or are they just loyal to the Amazon platform itself? You might even see cross-platform migration. They discover you on Amazon, but make their second purchase on Shopify.
That's valuable insight. Okay, sales, customers. What's the third piece, the behind-the-scenes stuff?
Exactly. The third bucket is operational performance metrics. Think fulfillment efficiency by channel. How quickly are you processing orders? Are shipping times meeting expectations? Amazon often has stricter requirements than, say, Etsy.
Delivery success rates too, I imagine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Then return and refund rates. You need to track not just the volume, which can vary a lot. Maybe Amazon returns are higher because it's so easy, but also why. Are returns on Amazon mostly about size? On eBay, is it item quality? This feeds back into product development and listings. And finally, customer service metrics. Response times: Amazon might demand responses within hours. Shopify might be 24 hours. Resolution rates, customer satisfaction scores per channel. These operational bits directly impact your standing on marketplaces and overall brand reputation.
Okay, that's a comprehensive list.
Yeah.
So we know what to track. Now, the big question: how do we actually pull this all together? Shopify's own analytics are decent, but you mentioned limitations for multi-channel.
Yeah, Shopify's native dashboard is great for what it does, showing your direct store performance. But its main limitation is, well, it doesn't easily pull in detailed data from Amazon, eBay, Etsy, etc. That's where the data islands come from.
Right, it doesn't connect those dots automatically.
Exactly. And depending on your Shopify plan, how far back you can look at historical data might be limited too, which makes spotting long-term trends harder.
So if you're serious about multi-channel, you pretty much need to look beyond Shopify's built-in tools.
For a truly integrated view, yes. That's where third-party analytics solutions come in. There are apps built specifically for this. Our sources mention a few examples. You've got tools like BeProfit, which really focuses on unified profit analysis across channels like Amazon and eBay. factoring in all those complex fees.
Okay, profit-focused.
Then there's Polar Analytics, which offers more advanced stuff like attribution modeling, trying to figure out how activity on one channel influences another.
Trying to answer that Amazon ad driving Shopify sales question.
Precisely. And Fabric Analytics, which emphasizes comparing your performance on specific marketplace KPIs against industry benchmarks. For bigger sellers, you might even move to enterprise platforms like Tableau or Power BI or build a custom data warehouse.
How do these tools actually get the data, technically speaking?
Well, mostly through APIs. That's like a digital handshake. Shopify has its API, and the major marketplaces like Amazon with its SP API and eBay have theirs. These tools use the APIs to request and pull data from each platform. The tricky part is often the data transformation, taking data structured differently from Amazon, eBay, and Shopify, and making it consistent so you can actually compare apples to apples.
Normalizing it.
Exactly. Another approach, often simpler, uses automated reporting solutions. These tools connect to each marketplace and basically download reports on a schedule daily, weekly, and then compile them into a unified dashboard. It might not be real-time, but for many merchants, it provides enough insight without the complexity of deep API integration.
Okay, so unified data helps understand the big picture. But let's zoom back into the Shopify store itself for a moment, because our sources highlighted this major challenge, didn't they? This sort of conversion crisis.
Oh yeah, it's a huge deal. Average Shopify conversion rates are often stuck around, 1.3% to 1.4%. That's way below the industry benchmark of 2.5% to 4%. Think about the sheer volume of lost sales represented by that gap. It's billions.
Billions lost. Wow. What's driving that low conversion?
Well, the biggest culprit is cart abandonment. We're talking around 70% of shopping carts just get left behind.
70%?
Yeah, it's massive. Globally, that's estimated as something like $260 billion in recoverable sales every year. Main reasons people bail. Unexpected costs popping up at checkout, shipping, taxes is a big one. Being forced to create an account is another turnoff, and just clunky, complicated checkout flows. And on top of that, the cost to get customers in the door in the first place keeps rising. Customer acquisition costs, CACs, have apparently shot up like 222% over the last 8 years or so. Some estimates suggest merchants are actually losing money, maybe around $29 on average, for every new customer they acquire.
Losing money on new customers, that's unsustainable. So for the merchant dealing with this, especially smaller ones without huge resources, how do you even begin to tackle a problem that big?
That's where specific tools designed for this challenge become really interesting. And our source material pointed towards Growth Suite as a solution built to address these exact conversion issues head on.
Okay, Growth Suite. We mentioned them powering the deep dive. How does it work?
Well, its core idea is moving beyond just basic analytics to actively intervening. It tracks visitor behavior in real time, what pages they view, what they add to cart, how long they spend. Then it uses that data to try and predict purchase intent. So instead of just blasting discounts at everyone, which can hurt your brand and margins.
Right, you don't want to train customers to always wait for a sale.
Exactly. Growth Suite aims to identify those visitors who are genuinely interested but maybe hesitant. And only for them, it triggers a personalized, time-limited offer like, hey, take 5% off, but only for the next 15 minutes.
Creating urgency for the undecided shopper.
Precisely. And it handles the tech side smoothly. It generates unique, single-use discount codes dynamically, applies them automatically, and this is clever. It deletes the code server side when the time runs out so it can't be misused later. It also includes a really accurate countdown timer that stays consistent even if the user refreshes the page or switches tabs. It integrates right onto the product and cart pages, showing the discount.
So it feels native to the store.
Yes. And another powerful feature they have is post-purchase upsells. Right after someone buys, but before the thank you page, it can offer a one-time exclusive deal. And the customer can accept with just one click, no need to re-enter payment or shipping info.
Frictionless upsell.
Exactly. And you could set rules for these upsells based on what they just bought, or let their algorithm suggest relevant products.
That sounds pretty sophisticated, like it directly targets those abandonment and conversion pain points. What about the data side of Growth Suite itself? Does it help you understand if these tactics are working?
Absolutely, that's crucial. It ties back to the analytics theme. Growth Suite doesn't just do things, it provides reports to show you the impact. It uses all that visitor tracking data. They offer things like a funnel report you can visually see where people drop off, from starting a session to viewing a product, adding to cart, starting checkout, and finally purchasing. Helps you pinpoint bottlenecks.
Find the leaky parts of the funnel.
Exactly. There's a product report showing performance for each item: views, adds to cart, purchases, revenue. Helps you see which product pages might need work.
Yeah.
And then deeper insights reports, like a purchase insight report, showing average time to purchase, average number of sessions before buying. And a cart insights report giving you daily snapshots of cart activity, how many carts, average value, etc.
So it provides its own layer of analytics focused specifically on conversion behavior and the impact of its offers.
Right. It complements the broader multi-channel analytics we talked about by giving you deep visibility into optimizing your core Shopify conversion funnel.
What about setting it up? Is it complicated? Any other cool features?
They seem to emphasize ease of use. Apparently, it's a 14-day free trial, one-click install from the Shopify App Store, and it even comes with the pre-configured campaign ready to go immediately.
So you can see value quickly.
That seems to be the goal. It also lets you schedule campaigns for big events like Black Friday, using Shopify's own automatic discount system, but adding that time-limited urgency. For more advanced users, you can create really specific audience segments for targeting, like only showing offers to people who abandoned a cart, or returning visitors using an iPhone, for instance.
Granular targeting.
Yes. And they have an interesting take on email capture, too. Instead of just a generic 10% off your first order pop-up, they can generate unique, time-limited codes tied to an email capture. And these offers can persist for the user across sessions until they expire. Plus, it syncs the emails to platforms like Shopify itself, MailChimp, or Klaviyo.
Okay, so bringing it all together, we have the multi-channel data giving us the big picture, and then tools like Growth Suite helping optimize conversion on the Shopify store itself. How does all this intelligence actually let you fine-tune your overall multi-channel strategy?
It really empowers you to make concrete data-backed decisions across the board. Think channel resource allocation. You can rank your channels based on true ROI, assess their growth potential, and decide strategically. Should we put more inventory into Amazon FBA? Should we invest more marketing budget into Etsy ads? Where should the team focus its time?
Moving beyond just gut feel.
Absolutely. Then marketing budget optimization. You're not just looking at ROAS in isolation anymore. You're comparing it across channels, understanding cross-channel effects. You can run tests. What happens if we increase Amazon spend by 10%? Does it lift Shopify sales too? You can make much smarter decisions about where each incremental marketing dollar goes. Inventory and fulfillment optimization gets a boost too. Channel-specific sales velocity data helps you set tailored stock levels. Amazon might need deeper stock because things move faster. You can optimize reorder points, calculate buffer stock more accurately, and you can analyze fulfillment costs. Is FBA really cheaper for certain products when you factor everything in, or is self-fulfillment better for specific channels?
Data driving operational efficiency.
Precisely. And finally, product and pricing strategy refinement. You can analyze which products truly fit which channels. Maybe your premium line sells great on Shopify but flops on Walmart. The data tells you where to list what. And you can get smarter with pricing, understanding price elasticity per channel, reacting to competitors' pricing moves strategically, maybe even implementing dynamic pricing based on demand signals from your analytics.
Wow. It really shifts the whole game from reactive to proactive, doesn't it?
But that's the goal.
We've covered so much ground today, from realizing just how complex multi-channel selling is to understanding the absolute need for integrated analytics, and then drilling into how smart tools can tackle specific issues like conversion. This whole deep dive really highlights how crucial it is to know what to track, sure, but also how to track it effectively, and most importantly, what actions to take based on those insights. It's about moving from guesswork to a real data-driven strategy.
And looking ahead, it raises a really interesting question. We're seeing more AI and automation possibilities emerging. What if your entire e-commerce ecosystem could do more than just show you past performance? What if it could start to predict future trends and maybe even automatically adjust your inventory, pricing, and marketing strategies across all your channels in response?
Whoa.
Imagine being freed up to focus purely on creating great products and connecting with your customers, knowing the system is handling a lot of that complex optimization in the background. That's kind of the next frontier this data integration is leading towards.
That is a powerful thought, and it really underscores the value of using smart data-driven tools right now, like Growth Suite, which powers this deep dive. As we discussed, Growth Suite helps you get deep insights from your store data, run those personalized, targeted discount campaigns, and really focus on improving conversions. It's built to intelligently predict that purchase intent, offer the right incentive at the right time, all while protecting your brand and boosting your sales. And remember, you can test Growth Suite out completely free on your Shopify store. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into shop strategy.